We are recapping our time at the One Musicfest that happened in Piedmont Park in Atlanta this
Mhm.
past weekend. This is our first time going to a musical festival, which we kind of figured wasn't going to be our theme, but we ended up enjoying it a lot anyway.
Yes.
That's, I think after that Travis Scott Afterworld disaster,
Mm-hmm.
tragic, crushing, rushing thing, I was like, no festivals for me. I did never like the way the Coachella stuff looked, nothing. But
Mm-hmm.
this was, I liked how they described it as a homecoming. Because
Mm-hmm.
boy, was it thousands and thousands of black people. The most black people ever seen anywhere. It was blacker than Spelman. It was blacker than the AUC.
Yeah.
So what happened? Okay, so when we first got there, we came in right after the gates opened at 12.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to wait in line for like an hour to get checked in. And it
Yeah.
was hot. This was
Mm-hmm.
Saturday afternoon. It was
Mm-hmm.
hot. I wasn't like too hot, but everybody else was complaining. And yeah, it was annoying. And then when we got in, we were like very, very impressed by the stages, the layout. They had these giant letters. I was like, this was a budgeted, this event had a big budget. They had Sprite sponsoring Mael, Bevel, P&G, and I forgot what the other one was, but they had, nine, one, two, three, they had nine bigger companies sponsoring the event. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, they clearly had to have been investing a lot of money in it because, they had Janet and Kendrick Lamar as headliners, and they had Megan Thee Stallion and a singer named Brent Faiyaz that we don't really know, but apparently he's very popular.
Mm-hmm. And
The first
Bieber,
person we saw, who was the first person we saw? Was it Coco Jones?
maybe.
Yeah, I think the first person we saw was Coco Jones. Very impressive.
Yes.
She looked gorgeous. The dancers looked great.
Things vocals were stable.
Yeah, she sang great. She's
Mm-hmm.
doing great dance. Her dancing was nice, sleek, and yeah, she was nice. We didn't really know her music like that, but we did enjoy, the last two songs in the set,
Mm-hmm.
which was, ICU and something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really know her music, but she was impressive. We gave her a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
Good stage presence. She's going to be amazing as she keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
And then who do we see after that? Do you remember? Coco, somebody after Coco.
Mariah the
Don't tell
Scientist.
me it was Mariah the
I think
Scientist.
it was Mariah the
Yeah,
Scientist.
we decided after we left Coco Jones set to go back to the same stage to wait for Megan. It was like a 4 hour wait for Megan or more, 5 hour wait for Megan.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know Mariah the Scientist at all. And we didn't even really know Bryson Tiller was going to come out either before Megan.
Mm-hmm.
And with Megan, Mariah the Scientist, she looked very nice. She had shiny legs.
She's a
Her
beautiful
outfit was
young
nice.
lady.
Her hair looked nice. Um, her singing was decent, but we were very bored.
Mm-hmm.
She was just very dull on stage. I would say that the best thing she did, she was like making some jokes, so that was kind of fun. Like, okay. She's like, I can't dance, so don't expect that or whatever. Like she was like personable, and then she went down and greeted the fans, went down on the bottom of the she got off the stage and greeted fans, but
Mm-hmm.
for our introduction we were bored. Very bored.
Mm-hmm.
We said that she needed to get some development, what is it called?
And
Performing,
training,
yeah, some performing arts
performance
development
training.
to just get the crowd more involved. Because the
Mm-hmm.
people that knew her were fine, like they were just singing her song. But me, Tamika, and this other lady were like, we were just like, this girl's boring.
Mm-hmm.
And so we gave her a 2 out of 10. But we're not saying that, she didn't deserve to be an artist or anything, she wasn't talented. We're just saying that she needs to improve her stage presence.
Yes.
And then after that, it was like, oh, you know what? She also didn't have dancers or any production or a backing band. It was just her on the stage.
She
So
was she was added last minute. Remember I told you
yeah,
like
so
last
it's not
two.
so she would have gotten easily have gotten more points if she had production, backing band, dancers.
Yeah.
And she could try to move a little bit, even if she doesn't feel rhythmic enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we saw Bryson Tiller, who immediately, upon his entrance, very amazing production. And
Mm-hmm.
then he actually sounded really good live too.
Mm-hmm.
However, about halfway through his set, he seemed to have checked out.
Yeah.
It was weird. He
Mm-hmm.
just stopped performing, kind of. He was only saying a little bit on the mic, and we were like, huh? So because he seemed to have checked out halfway through his performance, we checked out.
Yeah.
But, when he was singing and rapping, he sounded good, and he did have great production. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he kept his same energy from the beginning to the end, we would have gave him an 8 out of 10. But
Mm-hmm.
because he became, I don't know, nonchalant, we could drop down to a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then Megan came out. Woo! It was okay. Before Megan came out, there was a terrible DJ that everybody was booing. He didn't know how to.
Oh yeah.
He didn't know how to. He did not know
She's
how to
just
work the crowd
so
or read it.
unaware of the crowd or what she should have been playing or how to get us involved. It was terrible.
It was bad. It was like Megan deserved better than that because the DJ before Coco Jones, she was getting us hyped.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so then when Megan came out,
Mm-hmm.
she looked amazing. She had
Yeah.
on like a brown fur coat,
Mm-hmm.
half fur coat,
Mm-hmm.
and her skin looked great. Her hair looked great. She
Mm-hmm.
looked fit,
Mm-hmm.
and she started with her uh,
Mm-hmm.
the one of her songs from Trauma Scene,
Mm-hmm.
and she was doing her thing. She was killing it.
Yes.
However, we had a complaint.
Yeah.
She
Minor.
spent too much time calling the hotties onto the stage. She had two
Yeah.
hotties to the stage rounds,
Mm-hmm.
and that was wasting time. And we think that by the time she had to get off the stage, she probably missed out on performing on like one or two songs because it took too long for the hotties to come and perform. Well,
Mm-hmm.
shake for her. And it was fun, but I remember when the hotties first came up, I was like, uh-oh, cue India rethink pieces. Is this who we are as a people? Does this represent us? This is what everybody's seeing around the world. I was just like, racist people are gonna be racist no matter what, okay?
Oh yeah.
And me and Tamika were looking like, innocent little church girls. And we saw lots of butt cheeks and backs out and stomachs out. And we were still there and listening to the music. We heard lots of sexy red and all that stuff. It's like stop judging people by their looks and by their body movements. Like that's not how God thinks and views us.
No.
So, but overall, Megan was great. We just wish that it was one less haughty, haughty interlude, haughties to the stage interlude. So we
Yeah.
give her a 9 out of 10. And then that's when we ran over to Janet.
Janet
We ran
Jackson.
over, so Megan was on the P&G stage. That's where Coco Jones, Mariah the Scientist, Bryson Tiller, and Megan were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we forgot about Fabulous.
Fabulous. Yeah.
Oh, Fabulous was earlier in the day. He was on the One Main Stage Fest.
Love him.
Uh, you talk about him.
I love him. He's one of my favorite rappers because he's from Brooklyn and just period. I just love his flow. I love his lyricism. I love his authenticity. His set was not he performed well, but his set list was not good. But he did perform Breathe, which is my favorite song of his, and I was happy to hear that. I was
Mhm,
rapping it line for line, bar for bar.
mhm.
Yeah, because I'm cool like that. Hmm.
Okay, so yes, then so then after Megan Thee Stallion performed, we ran over to Janet, ran over to the One Main Stage Fest for
Hmm.
Janet,
Yeah.
and oh my Lord,
Janet Jackson. Whew.
I
No
mean,
words.
see, we went to the Renaissance World Tour
And we
in
saw
August.
Beyonce, the performer of all time. And then we saw Janet and we're like, oh.
Yeah, so oh, Renaissance was amazing. Oh, it was epic. But oh, Lord of mercy,
Janet,
Janet was just
she takes the
just
cake.
killing us.
Yeah.
Like she had endless stamina. It was insane. She kept going and going. She was the Energizer Bunny on stage. And her set list, her hits, her catalog, top tier, excellent.
Hmm.
Just nonstop, top tier A+ songs.
Hmm.
And just amazing. She was singing live, doing the breakdowns.
Hmm.
She was just switching it up. She was
My
doing
gosh.
a whole combination of fast songs, slow songs,
I
everything.
was just, oh, J. Cole came out.
Oh yeah, she brought J. Cole. She was singing
Mhm.
No Sleep, and then J. Cole was a surprise guest. And it was
And
like,
he
oh,
performed a
and he performed
song.
No Role Models. And then
Mhm.
after she performed, I was so excited, Jermaine Dupri came out on my
He performed two
so
songs.
um yeah, so she had surprise guest and she was just great. That's
I love her.
uh I thought she was done after like maybe the 20th song. And I was like, thank you, Janet. You were amazing. You slayed. Yeah. I was just
He came out.
praising her and people
He did
around were
like
like
10 more
laughing.
songs after that.
And the lights came back on and she was singing and dancing for another 15, 20 minutes.
Hmm.
And then she had the nerve to tell us when she was doing the Together Again encore. She's like, jump, everybody. I was like, no, Janet, no. We're tired. We old. She's like, come on, jump,
I
jump, jump
jumped
with the crowd.
anywhere.
I'm like, okay, together again. Yeah.
I
Oh my
jumped.
gosh, we got our life. She was worth the price of
A
admission. She
full,
was
full
worth it.
price. Yeah.
She was worth the whole
Every
festival
penny.
price.
Yeah, she's
She,
epic.
she's, she, when we mention all-time great performance, you should never ever forget Janet Jackson. She is a professional. She is a guru. She is a beast on stage. Like, I mean, I'm so glad I got to see her before I died or she died.
Oh my Jesus. Lord.
Oh, yeah, the second day. Okay, can you talk about the second day?
Hmm.
Thank you,
Second day.
Janet. Thank you. Thank you. I
The
love
second day, we went to the Sprite Hip Hop 50 stage first to see Ladies of Hip Hop. So we saw Yo Yo, Lady Rage, and Trina.
you.
They were all good. Yo Yo, somebody I'm not too familiar with, she was killing it.
Yeah,
Trina, Trina is the baddest, the Diamond Princess. She did great. We were just vibing with her.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yo-Yo is a good rapper. You got to mention
Mhm.
her for great female rappers. She's
Yeah.
completely underrated. Yo-Yo, you killed it, Yo-Yo. You killed it.
And then we transitioned to
The Dream.
the Dream, who's the worst, possibly the worst. Okay, I'm gonna try to be nice. He's a great songwriter.
And
He's a
the
great
band was great.
songwriter. Hmm. And he had a lot of songs that we recognize. I was singing some of them, like yeah, falsetto,
Great
and
backing
I
band.
love your girl, and um, she rocking that thing. Like I was
Okay, then
vibing with some of them.
who was after that? Because
He, well, here's the
that was a
thing.
1 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, here's what happened. Because Kendrick, we knew because of what happened the night before with Janet Jackson, we had to get to the main stage quickly. We had to get to the main stage early in order to be able to be up in the front, like to get it to be near him. And so we were there for some acts that we weren't familiar with, like Key Glock, who I thought was right there with the dream.
I'd
Hmm.
give him his score was not applicable for me because
Hmm.
I was
Right there.
completely uninterested in him and nothing he did caught my attention, so I didn't pay attention to him at all.
Okay,
He was
and
a
then
run-of-the-mill rapper.
so whoever that was, I was not impressed. But then we went to Thames,
Oh
and
yeah,
I
Thames.
have to talk about Thames because I was not. Alicia was telling me about this woman, this singer from Nigeria, and I was like, I have no idea who she is. I missed all of this, unfortunately. She's great. She's got a good voice. She's presentable. She's good on stage, and she just kept us engaged the entire time. She went down in the crowd. She sang to a couple of people. She sang to this lady like a soap opera. She gave affirmations to her. Talking
Yeah, it
about
was such
how
a
much she
sweet
loved her. We
moment.
were
I
all
got
like
teary-eyed.
teary-eyed when she coached sang to that woman, that this older lady that
And the
just
lady
looked like
was
she
like
might have been
got
having
was
a
really
hard
like
time.
touched. It was a
Yeah.
tearjerker moment.
Thames was amazing. And
Oh
then,
yeah, she had this song that she performed called Iced Tea that I liked. She
hmm
sounded really good when she sang Free Mind.
hmm
I was very impressed. So Thames, thank you for being a good pre Kendrick, a good concert for us before Kendrick came out.
but I
And then
missed the
Kendrick
Kendrick
Lamar
Lamar
came
came
out.
out.
And you know what we decided after we saw him perform? He is a top 10. He is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
It's
Me and
interesting because
Tamika,
we should
well,
have
we went
known
walking to
that.
Piedmont Park for the second time
It,
because we parked like a mile away or so for free
Mhm.
parking. We were like, oh crap, we don't know much of Kendrick Lamar music, but we paid for both things. We were like, we
Mhm.
only know All Right, Loyalty, Humble.
Swimming pools. And,
Yeah, swimming pools, drink. B don't kill my vibe. We don't know that much music. We're not even casual fans of him. We
no.
just know about him.
Hmm.
Man, this he is extremely unique. He is a storyteller. He is an artist. He had these weird guys in like grocery store. What are those things called? Grocery store aprons on. They all look like they were wearing like mask or something. I don't know because they all have these the same weird beard look. They were doing some kind of interpretive dancing. It looked like a Jordan Peele movie or something. But it was
Hmm.
definitely telling a story of like Compton or whatever his life or struggles in the hoods, whatever.
Hmm.
Even though we didn't know anything and we're not fans of his, he was very, very impressive. We're giving him a nine. We gave him a 9 out of 10 because he
I
did not.
loved.
There was no phoning in. He was looking at the crowds. He was uh telling people. It was just like he was telling people to, you know, cheer for him on each side, and the sides were competitive, and they got to booing each other, and he was calling them out for booing each other. He's like, I didn't ask y'all to do that.
Hmm.
And then he was like noticing this one guy that was just really hyped the whole night. And he was talking about how the security guards were cool because this is the first time he saw all the security guards rapping his music. And then he was like, this is some Blackish when everybody was performing
Hmm.
something on beat the whole time. Do you remember what song it was? It was a Be Humble or All Right.
I can't remember. It was in the
Well, some
comments.
song that everybody
It
was
was in the
rapping
comments
along
on
to.
that page, on the IG page. I can't recall either.
Yeah, so anyway, he was just like loving it. There was just a love fest. The same with Janet. So we saw what makes a headliner for like a Coachella,
Hmm.
well, Lollapalooza, whatever. These big
Hmm.
festivals, hey, these big
Yeah.
festivals to headline, you need to be 9.5, 10 out of 10 performer.
Hmm.
Okay, and that's what Janet and Kendrick were. Janet was like 20 out of 10. She was just obviously she's been doing it for decades, so she knows. And
Hmm.
then Kendrick was just like, we left there thinking, okay, he's a top 10 all-time rapper. That's what you need to do.
Hmm.
Okay? So shout out to Coco and Megan because they're and Thames because they're gonna be right there with them. So
Hmm.
overall, we had a great time. And just a sidebar, the food doctor had the worst mac and cheese ever. Oxtail mac and cheese, and it was greasy, disgusting crap. And it was $12 and it was a waste of money. But there was a guy who had there was a male and female who had yo skincare
Hmm.
products, black soap. They were nice, convincing. And also shout out to the Loyalty Luxury Restrooms or Luxury
Oh
Cleaning
yeah.
Company for
Hmm.
their Charmin trailer.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. It was not porta potty stuff. It was a luxury bathroom
It
experience, and a
didn't
nice
stink
lady who was
at
cleaning.
all.
She was a white lady with red dyed hair and braids. I
Hmm.
asked her questions about it. She makes good money cleaning bathrooms at events. Shout
Hmm.
out to the festival workers who were cleaning and the security guards who were helping all the people who passed out. We
There
saw a
was a
lot
lot
of
of
people
people
passing out, and that
fainting.
was a concern for
Hmm.
us. And yeah, so that was a little bit of a drawback. But yes, overall, amazing job, One Fest musical organizers. I mean,
Hmm.
One Music Fest organizers. Amazing. Thank
Hmm.
you, Janet. Thank you, Kendrick. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, all of y'all that were performing. No matter what we thought, Mariah to Dream, you too. Trina, shout out to Trina too. And Yo Yo, you killed it.